So part two. Wow. Alright. So, I was talking about the guy that I knew of. I didn't really know him much, but when you try to help, people because you have the knowledge and the experience, it's not his fault that the person he probably knew way longer than, me and, because it seems that like I said about ego and how how it can be so dangerous to a company or good, there's good and bad with ego, but ego, it can be used as a tool or a weapon, and most times it's used to conquer, to obey, to worship, for authority and power and control. It does not do well when it's told what it doesn't know. It will do everything to crush you and not allow you to be present. It only desires to make you bleed in your past and clutter you with outcomes that can involve your imagination to transform something that's not right for you, that was never really right to begin with. It's very volatile. It's like anger. You're using your rage to disturb someone else's path. And I kind of I kind of realize this with me as well, where You have a vision and you have many ideas that can be used for good, you know, for good things. But so many people uses your shit for their own sake, like evil purpose, and then they try to accuse you for it because it was an idea that came from you, but their actions was created by them. I'm not mad at this man. He did nothing wrong. It's because this person in his life, I don't know who she is. I don't even know who this guy is. I only got to know his whole life in 15 minutes. Like, he left his microphone on, and you know, when you can tell who somebody really is by just paying attention to what they do for work and how they behave and what they say, you can tell that's a good person or a narcissistic douchebag, you know, with many faces. And this guy had no other faces, you know. It's kind of like when you meet the right person, but then it's in the wrong location, the wrong time, and people around him can protect him, but these people around him can also be the wrong people for you. And they also can be the wrong people for him as well. Little tiny deer. Beautiful. There's like a family of deer in the woods. But yeah, it's, you know, it's not bullshit, it's just reality. I call it the reality effect. You're shifting, you're growing, and it's not your fault for, you know, I could have made the mistake, you know, like I may have overdid something, you know, like call the person out on everybody else, but sometimes you have to stand up for something and somebody, and that's yourself, even if it has consequences and it affects you, your ability to work there, you know, to work with that person, you know. He seemed like he already had the help, but that help was also killing his business at the same time, mostly for the money. The creativity was becoming too authority-like, where do it my way or you're fucking fired. And sometimes we can lose our way. We can lose why we started in the first place. And, you know, I do hope that someone, and maybe me, you know, I don't know, it could be me, I don't know if we'll ever meet again, but maybe or maybe not, and that's fine. But sometimes the universe sees things that are not good for us. So it naturally and organically draws another line, pulling us forward and pushing away the road that was not meant to be. It might piss us off a little bit, but you know what? Don't blame all the people. Only just realize that maybe in that certain time, that the person that you saw within the douchebag is not ready to come out yet. You can't force someone to be that person you saw within them, because otherwise you'll be in front of the train and the train will just run you over. That's why I feel like a lot of people accuses people for stepping over them, because, well, if you accuse somebody, it means that you never really learned what the lesson was trying to show. And that can be an issue. A lot of people don't actually wake up. They stay unaware of their own mistakes, and they kind of try to erase it. That's what I feel like. You know, I kind of dated this chick online, and, you know, she was kind of a little abruptive. I wouldn't say she was disturbed, but she was more like, you know, where she came from created this cage around her, and she actually enjoyed living in the cage more than trying to get away from it, to realize that the cage is her mind. But most times we just gotta realize maybe some people just need a battery, and you're that battery. You're giving them what they want: emotional discomfort and to comfort them. So anyway, I'm just gonna leave it there. It's getting a little late. You can barely see me, but that's all right. Anyway, have a good one.